Hello class, welcome to Public Speaking Online. I'm Dr. Usera, but you can just call me Dr. U for short. What I want to do in this video is just give you an orientation about who I am, what the format of this class will be like, and what some of the expectations will be so you can prepare accordingly. So first, a little bit about myself. I've been doing public speaking since I was 14 years old. It all started in high school. I joined the speech and debate team because my sister, who was 2 years older than me, kept on talking about it and she made it sound so fun. I went to my first debate tournament as a 14-year-old freshman. It was homecoming weekend when I went and did really well at that tournament. And as a result, I competed at the JV level as a freshman and varsity the rest of my time as a high school debater. In speech, I also did really well at my first tournament. I double broke, or basically double medaled at my first tournament, and competed varsity the rest of my 4 years there as well. I ended up becoming a 3-time state finalist in informative speaking and a 2-time state finalist in persuasive speaking. In fact, I did so well in high school speech and debate that I earned a scholarship to do it at Washburn University, where I did 4 years of parliamentary debate and was nationally ranked my last 2 years among doing well at other tournaments and such. But it didn't stop there. After college, I loved competition and public speaking so much that I continued to do it as a Toastmaster. I've been part of Toastmasters since 2016 and competed in 2018 in both motivational speaking and impromptu speaking, and I was the division champion in both of those categories. I competed against people from Las Vegas, people from areas of Southern California and Los Angeles, and it was great to see so much talent in those tournaments. I also was part of an advanced Toastmasters club in Los Angeles that housed 2 world champions, Don Johnson and Dana Lamont. You'll be seeing a clip of Dana Lamont later on in the semester. And on top of that, I also am a professional speaker. I have a corporate training business where I basically go to companies and they pay me to teach a lot of the stuff that I'm teaching you now. So overall, I tell you all this not to toot my own horn, but just so you know that there's a lot of background and experience coming to you, and you can understand the angle that I'm going to take with public speaking. So let's talk about the format of this class. In this class, it's an online version. Now, you probably have noticed that we are going to be meeting 3 or 4 times this semester in person to ensure that you get the real public speaking experience when you give your real speeches. Now, in the face-to-face version of this class, I have it formatted so that every class member gets a chance to get in front of the class for at least 30 seconds to 90 seconds every class. I have designed these drills that everybody does, and it helps everyone get desensitized to the whole practice of public speaking. Because as you know, public speaking is simple, but it's not easy. Well, what do you mean? Well, here's what I mean. Public speaking is simple. You get up, you talk, and you sit down. That's it. There's nothing complicated about that, I'm sure. I'm sure nobody's confused. I'm sure nobody needs examples. I'm sure everyone gets that. But public speaking is not easy. First, before you even get up, you're already kind of feeling nervous, and you feel the butterflies in your stomach, and that kind of thing. And then you come up here, and then if you don't have any training at all, and you kind of see everyone, then you start talking, and then you start to talk, and maybe you start to shuffle, and you put your hands up, and maybe you're just big hand talker, and then you're just kind of reading off a card, and you're like, today, I want to talk about, not good, not good. So public speaking is simple, but it's not easy. So in the online version, we don't get to do the number of reps that the face-to-face class does. So here's what's important. You have to practice everything. This is not book knowledge. Public speaking, yes, public speaking has book knowledge to it. And I'm going to be doing lectures for you, and I'm going to be explaining a lot of concepts to you, and I'm going to be showing you how to do all kinds of stuff. And it's going to be really nice to watch me. but you have to be able to do public speaking. You're not judged on how much you know about public speaking in real life. You're judged on how well you perform public speaking. There's a doing to this. I like to equate this to swimming. Let's say you don't know how to swim at all, and I'm your swim teacher. This is me in the pool right now, okay? So you're watching me swim. Just because you watch me swim doesn't mean that you know how to swim now. The only way for you to learn how to swim is to watch me first, but then you have to go into your own pool and do it. So that might mean, for example, that maybe you get your roommate or you use stuffed animals, but you maybe once, 2 or 3 times a week, you practice giving your speech, you practice the fundamentals. I'm going to show you how to fix specific issues with fundamentals, like little at-home drills that you can do. You got to practice these things, because here's one of the big implications to the whole you need to practice. I have a face-to-face class, and like I said, they practice all the time, they get in front all the time. And I have the online class where we only meet together in real life 3 or 4 times throughout the term. But here's the thing. The standards in the face-to-face class are not higher or lower than the online class. Or to put it the other way, the online class doesn't have lower standards than the face-to-face class. You're expected to be at the same level. So, if you have bad fundamentals, you're shuffling, it's the same deduction as if it would be you're in the face-to-face class. If you don't memorize your speech, same deduction. All the same standards. So just because it's online does not make it easier. In some ways, it's almost harder online because you're not getting all the face-to-face interaction on the daily basis. So it's going to be put more on you in terms of self-discipline, in terms of commitment, and just doing the practicing and the rehearsing to give these speeches well. Now, there are different styles of public speaking. There is contest speaking. And in contest speaking, you're speaking in the context of a contest. So there's a particular way that you have to stand, and there's particular ways that you move, and you have to think about what people said before and what people are going to say after, and there's different affordances there. There's also just presenting. And I argue speaking and presenting, they're all public speaking, but there's some differences when you're giving a presentation. You're going to learn presenting in the context of PowerPoint presenting. So we're going to do a whole unit on that and how to do PowerPoint effectively. And then there's debating. And in fact, in this online version, you're going to be doing a debate as a team for one of your assignments. So I'll have to teach you the fundamentals of doing public debate, which will be a lot of fun, I think. So there's that as well. So you're going to learn 3 different types of public speaking. You're going to learn contest speaking, you're going to learn debate, and you're going to learn presentations. Now, I've been doing this so long, and I think at a high enough level now, that there's going to be a lot of principles that I'm going to teach you in this class. And sometimes I might even sound like Mr. Miyagi, because I'm going to be telling you these just kind of paradoxes and just weird Mr. Miyagi quotes. But don't worry, I'm not going to make you do contract work on my house for free. He got a good deal out of that. It's Karate Kid references for those of you who don't know. Okay. But anyways, we're going to understand public speaking at a deep level, and you're going to understand these different types of speaking at a deep level. The last thing. There are opportunities for you to practice, not just by yourself in your living room or getting a roommate. I highly recommend, and this is not a requirement, but this is a good idea. I highly recommend that you join a Toastmasters club. There are hundreds of Toastmasters clubs in the Austin, Texas area, or even just whatever city you're in. Toastmasters International is an international organization. There's chapters everywhere. If you have never heard of Toastmasters, Toastmasters is basically an organization where people come together from different industries. It doesn't matter what industry it is, and it's people of all ages, all different education levels, and they come together and just work on their public speaking. It's basically a free audience that you get to practice your speeches in front of. If you really want to push how quickly you learn and to make it faster and to make it more efficient, I highly recommend joining a Toastmasters club, or at the very least, I'm going to try to get you in contact with your classmates so that you can have little practice groups where you can get together maybe once or twice a week and try to practice that way. But if you just try to come in to speech days with no practice, with no rehearsal, you're probably not going to do well on the speeches. So with all that said, I'm really excited about having you in this class. And even though it sounds difficult and it sounds like it's going to be something that's going to be just hard, it will be. It's going to be hard. But if you can make it through the challenges, if you can work through it, learn discipline, learn practice, you can become really good at public speaking. And when you become really good at public speaking, you can pretty much do anything. You can be a manager. You can be the next Martin Luther King. You can be the next president of the United States. Because to be a leader is to be able to get in front of people and talk. You know what that's also called? Public speaking. We tend to follow people who can talk and can speak to a large group of people. Well, the key to doing that is to having good public speaking skills. So we're not just training students here. We're not just training future managers. We could be training future leaders of America here. So I look forward to having you in this class, and let me know if you have any questions.